Google may be close to reaching human-level artificial intelligence. That's according to a lead researcher at the company's DeepMind AI division, announcing on Twitter, "The game is over," in the goal of reaching artificial general intelligence. According to website The Independent, DeepMind's new Gato AI is capable of completing complex tasks from stacking blocks to writing poetry. The researcher saying all that needs to be done is scaling up to create an AI capable of rivaling human intelligence. But the researcher did admit Gato AI is still not close to passing the Turing test. That's the famous quiz with the goal of making distinguishing between a human and machine impossible. As scholars and even fans of Terminator can tell you, there are concerns that developing an artificial general intelligence system could become exponentially smarter than humans and impossible to shut off. The researcher at Google's DeepMind said safety is of paramount importance, with the UK-based company outlining a framework to shut down the system.
Well, now it sounds like something out of Space Odyssey, iRobot or Westworld. Artificial intelligence that's become so smart it's developed a mind of its own. The claim has been made by a worker at Google about one of its own products, a chatbot, and he was abruptly put on leave for saying it. The employee says Google's Lambda technology is sentient, with a mind similar to that of an 8-year-old child. Google has dismissed the claims. For more on this, let's bring in Graham Muller, CEO of the NZ Tech Alliance. Graham, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Look, Google is talking all of this down, but is it actually possible for AI to learn so much about us that they actually do become just like us?
Basically, it will happen eventually. I'm not so sure it's happened just yet, but this is the path we're on. So you can see from the sort of reporting that's happening that the AI is starting to learn to communicate in a really strong way. Whether or not it's feeling human or not, we don't know yet, but that's the direction it's heading.
How will we know if it is actually starting to feel human? Where will the crossover point be?
That's a really good question. There are some tests which they've been talked about for a long time about whether they can do things in ways that only humans can do. So the scientists will be kind of watching that. But I think what was really interesting about this one is that the AI, basically just a chatbot, was starting to talk as if, according to the reporting, as if it was feeling emotions. Now, that's probably more about how it was programmed to start thinking about what we might want to hear than actually feeling emotions, but it's sort of heading that way pretty fast.
Okay, you talk about this being the path that we are on. How long is that path? What are you expecting over the next 1 to 5 years?
Well, about 5 years ago, the pick by a large group of scientists was that by about 2045 to 2065, I know it's quite a big gap, that AI would reach sort of that sentient level, or reach a level where it can be what's called general AI. It can do things that all humans can do.